No, this one guy goes, "I like to thank the Black Power Ranger for teaching me that no matter what, there's always a way." And then I'm like, it's just like, and this one guy like literally straight up went, "I like to thank Tommy Oliver." And I was like,
Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Two Latin Brothers podcast, the podcast where we talk about entertainment and our daily lives. Brought to you as a day-by-day comedy. I'm Victor.
and I'm Adrian.
And we're back at it again with another podcast. We know the vlogs have been suffering, but don't worry.
We know the vlogs have been suffering. I'm sorry, I was signing signs for a sec. I gotta adjust this.
But don't worry. You know, we in July.
Even the podcast has been suffering. Last week's episode went up on Sunday night. It was basically Monday, if I'm being 100% honest with you guys.
Yep.
So you got like 2 episodes this week, but like not really. We've just been. He's been so busy.
Yeah.
And I'm just, I'm doing my thing.
Woohoo. Anyways.
Yeah. No. It's been a busy minute. And if this has been the forefront for this summer, July is going to be even more crazy because there's a lot more logistical things we have to sort out.
Yeah.
And
we should actually sit down and talk about that.
Yeah, we definitely need to sit down and talk about that.
Yeah.
Because we plan to go starting next week, actually. Starting on the 3rd of July.
Yeah.
We will have content. And a lot of content. It's not like we have stuff that we've been saving since May for the vlog. So
yeah,
the vlog.
But yeah, don't make it sound like it's too much because we don't actually have that much.
It's actually not a lot. We may actually. I think we may not even use half of that.
Maybe we'll see.
Depending on how tomorrow goes, because for those who don't know, tomorrow is Canada Day.
Yeah.
We're hoping the weather is nice. If the weather isn't nice,
I mean, there's also smoke, so we might not go out at all.
Yeah, so it's kind of hit or miss. Maybe we'll get footage, and maybe we won't get footage. It's kind of up in the air right now as to what's going on. We'll see. And yeah, I can't post. I can post the crowds and stuff, but I can't post any of the music because.
Well, yeah,
that's copyright, and I don't want to get in trouble. Like that's really what it is.
You do what you can.
You
do what you can where you can.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like we've talked about it before. How the vlog would be crazy on Canada Day, especially at night. Yeah, because like people would, people are more crazy by the nighttime, and everyone would just want to be in the vlog at this point. Especially because they're like running around with like a camera, like this like a whole like setup thing. Everybody go like, "Oh, he's got YouTube," So it's like it's kind of fun. Even like sometimes they'll just be like walking around, and people will like hype up their like they're in their car and we're like on the sidewalk holding the camera. Yeah. And they like pump up the volume and start dancing in the car, and we're like, "Okay, film this." Yeah. roll the camera. I think there's a clip of one of those. We were like at a mall or something. I can't remember, where were we?
Yeah, we were at a mall.
We were at a mall, and these guys like blasted their music, and they're just like. So it's like, okay, sure, whatever, right? And it's like, it's an odd thing to do, mainly because of the environment you're in and the fact that the willingness that people have to just like I'm gonna go viral because that
yeah, that's just literally the vibe.
it's crazy, like just some of the things. But yeah, how you been, bro?
Working.
Apart from that, I feel like my microphone is slowly moving more and more.
Good, I've been figuring things out gaming wise.
Right, yeah, you've been doing. We haven't been gaming together.
Yes, we haven't been gaming.
You know what's crazy? We've been doing a lot of gaming.
Yeah,
but separately.
Yeah, I know. Which is you recently you've had the game for a while now.
Yeah.
But you just got through Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Right, yeah.
How was that?
It was okay. I mean, I felt like the main story is a little short.
Short, okay.
Because, I mean, I sat down. I mean, no, okay, let's be real here. Okay, so I started on Monday.
Yeah.
Playing, and I had already, when I first got it, I played like maybe the first 5%.
Okay.
And I played for like an hour. Yeah. And I got to like 15.
Okay.
And then all week I've been playing like an hour intermittently.
Yeah.
Like throughout the week. And last night I played like I think like a solid almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I finished the story off. It was pretty good. I kind of liked it, but bro, okay. So after I finished, I have to say is, after I finished, I'm like, I wonder what because the main menu music is so hype. I'm like, what is like? I need this.
Yeah.
I want this song. Like this is
Yeah.
a workout song I can use.
Yeah.
And then I looked for it, and in the comments on YouTube, people were like, "This song can inspire me." And then this one guy put like, "This is the hardest part in the game, getting past this song."
Because like honestly, if it's a vibe,
it's such a vibe. Like honestly, I was telling my brother how there'd be times where I literally open the game and just sit there listening to the song for like a good minute and a half. Like I just be sitting there like, vibing.
I mean, that's fair enough. When a game has a good soundtrack.
Yeah, I mean the soundtrack is really good for this game. Like it is. It's really really good. What is it? Jaden Smith has the end credit song.
Really?
Yeah, like all of a sudden, I'm like, yo, that's Jaden Smith, ain't it? And then I'm like, I looked it up and it was.
That's cool.
There's a few other people who have songs on it because like there's moments where like songs will pop off in the game. But it's pretty good. I mean, it's kind of fun. There was a moment where my laptop couldn't handle the game, and it was kind of funny because like there's like a blizzard in the game. There's like a blizzard coming into the city, and so you're swinging around. But because my laptop for some reason just couldn't handle all the snow particles, it's just like I'm swinging and it's just like a blur. Like all I see is a blur, and then I'm like, it's getting too old. But other than that, like it looked peak quality. That was the only thing I'd say where my laptop kind of was like I don't know how to do this. But other than that, like it was a great experience actually. I was rather surprised. I tried to play on keyboard and mouse. But after playing Spider-Man 4 on a controller, I just couldn't like this the first Spider-Man game.
Yeah, I know, because it sounded like you said a 4.
Yeah, Spider-Man before on. Spider-Man before on a controller on the PS4.
Yeah,
it felt kind of odd to it. Like it's cool to do it on a keyboard.
Yeah,
but it just feels odd.
Yeah,
like swinging.
Well, I mean, the intention was
for a controller. Yeah,
for a controller.
And the thing is, so I plugged in a PS4 controller. Yeah, and you know what it is?
What?
It's not even the controls.
It's the vibration.
It's the vibration when you're swinging.
Yeah.
That feedback is just it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
I don't know who figured that out, but man, it's like I to this day, like sometimes I'll load it up, swing in, put some like lo-fi in my head, in my ears, and just swing around New York.
Because why not?
Because it's just like it's just so good. Yep. It's just so good. Like I can't explain it. It's the greatest feeling ever.
I mean, comparing it to other games where there's swinging, leaps and bounds.
Oh yeah, like they went all out on this.
Yeah, on the swinging. That whole engine.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I mean
magnificent work.
I mean it's great. It's really good. But you've been doing a lot of stuff with just like with the cloud gaming stuff.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna give you guys the secrets, but I've been trying to figure out how to do cloud gaming on my own.
Yeah.
Without having to use a service.
Right.
So I've done it.
Yeah.
I can do it.
Yeah. Now
it's just a matter of what to play.
Yeah.
And how do I make my mobile experience better?
Right. But here's the thing. Okay. So this is kind of funny. I want to talk about this already. Yeah. Because this was kind of a funny moment.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, so we got it all set up and everything.
Yeah.
And you're like, let's go to McDonald's. I want to see if this works on the McDonald's Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Because you're like, if this can run on McDonald's Wi-Fi, like I'm golden. And so I was like, all right, let's go to McDonald's. So we're sitting in McDonald's, right? Mm-hmm. And then you're like, do you want to get some food? Because we're just sitting at McDonald's, right? Yeah. And it looks kind of odd, too, that we're just sitting there on our phones. So I was like, yeah, sure. So we go get something and we come back and we sit down. And so you're trying to test this and it's not working.
Yeah.
At which one I'm like, maybe the Wi-Fi, maybe it's that. And we had also just upgraded our Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
In the house. So like maybe like the port forward or whatever it is. And for those who don't know internet lingo, it just means like opening up our network to ourselves.
Yeah.
If you don't, whatever, that's cool. You don't need to know. Anyway, moving on. So I'm like, oh, I'll just access my computer from the house.
Yeah.
And like, I'll check it. So I do that and I check, and everything's fine.
Yep.
And then you go, maybe it's the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So then you shut off the Wi-Fi and you do it over your data.
Yeah.
And it works perfectly fine.
Yeah,
on your
it works
data.
smoothly. I'm like, wow, my data can handle this.
Right. No. Okay. So then I'm like, I'm looking into it.
Yeah.
And you can't remote connect to certain things on the McDonald's Wi-Fi
due to their firewall.
Yeah. And I was like, yo, who hacked? I'm like, I bet you some guy in like America tried to hack into the Pentagon from
a McDonald's.
And after that, McDonald's like, no more.
Yeah. See, the good thing is I have unlimited data.
Yeah.
I mean, not high speed unlimited, but I can still play passively.
Right. So and I mean, and also there's a few instances where when you are playing the game, right? Like there are, I find it's they're little tiny hiccups.
Yeah. That's what also I'm trying to buff out.
Right.
So right now I'm playing my games in 1080p quality.
Right.
Because, I like that premium.
We all love
but
that
since I'm on a smaller device, it still looks good if it's at 720.
Right.
So I'm thinking changing it up to 720, run my games at 720, and then that's how I'd be streaming it.
I'm pretty sure PSP used to, actually, because you have like a PSP thing open on your computer, that's why.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure PSP games are 720.
Yeah, they are.
Natively, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they
if
are.
I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But
there's there's ways of turning them into 1080p games.
Yeah, because you can boost it, but
you can do double frames and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, people have. I mean,
interestingly enough.
Yeah.
The Spider-Man movie of Miles uses the double feature method of doing 2 frames at once. So basically what they do in the creation of the movie, in the animation, is 2 frames are not changed of Miles.
Oh, wow.
But the frame of the background scenery does change. So they save on having to animate a whole other frame. So they're dividing everything in half.
Wow.
And then that's how the whole movie was rendered.
Wow.
That's why you can get that cool effect as they're walking, because technically his animation didn't change, but it's the angle of the background that's changed.
That's interesting. So it's like 3D.
Yeah.
3D and 2D.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
I mean, because that sort of stuff is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, what is it? And
and I think you get the effect.
Have you seen
when you're playing the video game?
Yeah, you kind of do.
Yeah.
Have you seen Linus Tech Tips and the green screen thing?
No.
Okay, so they're starting so I'm gonna a free promo for Linus Tech Tips' new channel.
I mean, it's not like we're doing anything.
I mean, it's really not. He's starting a gaming news channel.
Yeah.
And the entire background is green screened. And the way that they're capturing the instance of the where the person is, and he does this thing where he walks across the studio and the angle of the camera and the background moves with the camera live.
Yeah.
And they're using Unreal Engine 5 to do it.
Well, of course they are.
And I'm like, that's it's crazy stuff.
Can't wait for the 6.
No, honestly, Unreal Engine is crazy.
Oh yeah. It's amazing what it can do for a low performance.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And what is it? Tim Sweeney was saying recently how, when they released it, he was saying how, I can't imagine what people will create with this.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, I only hope that one day, it's able to create something that actually helps the world.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, that's high hopes, my guy.
Yeah.
That's some
that's something.
Yeah, no, but I mean, it's always so cool though. Some of the stuff people have been doing.
Yeah.
Even in games too.
Yeah. For sure, and you can see that even with Fortnite.
Yeah.
How people.
I mean, Fortnite has changed so much since it started.
Oh
man.
Fortnite is not the same game from season 1 to now.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. And because of these changes, because Fortnite's always adapting, right?
Right.
To the time, to the new things.
Yeah.
It'll never go out of trend. Because it's always adapting, always changing. it's the infinite game basically.
Yeah, it is.
But you know who did it first?
Who?
Minecraft.
I mean, okay. Look, the
because
thing with
Minecraft is a sandbox.
No, the thing with Minecraft, it's not even the fact that, Minecraft is I mean, it is a sandbox, sure, but what made Minecraft what it is the modding community.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The modding community is so. They basically at one point the modding community had the Minecraft team by the Vice script. Like they were
For those of you who don't know what modding is, it's basically modifications to the game, things that weren't originally in the game.
In the game, right? Yeah. And so yeah, and it became very. It became very challenging because one of the things that's been like an ongoing issue is that certain mods don't get updated to like new versions of the games. Like they just like last month, like this month actually, at the beginning of the month they dropped 1.20.
Mm-hmm.
Big update. I mean, it was an okay update. I mean, it was pretty cool. The cherry blossom thing, the bamboo wood, we're all hyped. We're all great. It's nice stuff.
Wow, so, disregard the whole bamboo thing.
No, it was great. I mean, like infinite fuel. Who doesn't want you're gonna harvest fuel now? Like that's the greatest thing ever.
I mean, you could already harvest fuel, but yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, going back to the main point. The point is that half of the mods, like half of the popular mods that people use, just now got updated. Mm-hmm. Like it's been 3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
And some mods don't get updated till like 6 months later, sometimes even a year later, right? So
because the modding community isn't actually full-time workers. It's just
right?
a couple of guys who are doing it as their hobby.
Right. So there are people who play Minecraft and they only like I've met people on the Minecraft Discord who only play Minecraft in version, what was it, like 1. I met someone who only plays in 1.12.
What?
Because of all the mods that they like.
They're in that version.
They're still in that version. Like they were never updated.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And you know how I figured this out?
How?
Because they invited me to their server and I'm like, hype, let's go. I'll play. Yeah. I jump into the server and I didn't realize it was 1.12.
Yeah.
Because he's like, he just sent me the mod pack. I downloaded it, I opened it, I clicked on it, I jumped into the server.
He also downloaded another version.
Like I dumped in the IP, I logged into his server. Yeah. I'm on the server. I'm on a little like sand island.
Yeah.
Jump into the water. I can't swim.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Why can't I swim? And he goes, it's 1.12. What do you mean? And I go, what do you mean? What do I mean? Like, how do you not? And he's like, because that's 1.14. And I'm like, oh, that's when the aquatic update happened.
Yeah.
And I had like this what if like, oh man, like it's been that long. Like I hadn't realized how long it'd been that I've been swimming. Like it's been over 6 years.
Yeah. I remember a time where redstone was new.
Right, yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah. Now we got wireless redstone.
Yeah, I know. Like,
leaps and bounds.
Leaps and bounds. Soon I'm gonna be walking around with an iPhone in Minecraft.
Yeah, I mean, no, but I mean the capabilities that some people have done with that redstone stuff is crazy. Like it's crazy.
Because it's literally at this point, I can say definitively, it's engineering.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Like people like Mumbo, Etho.
Yeah.
What's his name? Tango too.
Yeah.
Impulse is one of those. Those guys, like, they have such a deep understanding.
Oh yeah.
Of redstone, like on a level that when they explain it, like I'll get lost sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I have a really good understanding of Minecraft redstone.
Yeah.
But when they start explaining certain things, I'm like, oh, I don't even know what you're saying.
Like
right
the
now.
most I can do is like it's a repeater. And the repeater moves slime blocks with another block so it can go forward.
What is it? The other day I was on no, not the other day, a while ago I was on someone's Bedrock server. And I didn't realize that redstone on Bedrock works differently from Minecraft, like Java. And so all my redstone knowledge is purely Java related.
Yeah.
Right? So then I had to go in and Google how to make...
like pass-throughs, like conductivity.
Yeah.
Like, for example, using wool and stuff. You know how, like, it can go through if you place it over a layer. And, like, the redstone can still go through. And earlier versions, you couldn't go through. Like...
Right, so trying to figure out how to... So I was trying to get a door to open via a button. and the door wouldn't, like, it would, like, only the top, like, it would open and then it would close on its own. Like, because I was using, like, my Java brain to do it, it wouldn't close on its own. I'm like, why is this? And it's because, like, one of the places where you put a redstone torch, like, the signal doesn't carry over because of the angle it's in. So then I reworked it and I put the torch, like, in the middle of the hallway. So as soon as you walk into the hallway, there's just like a redstone torch, like, right there.
That's kind of sad.
It is, but I'm like, there's no other way of doing. Like, I'd have to rework the entire room, and the entire background just to get this to work. And I'm just too lazy. So I'm like, so every time.
I mean, like, the most basic redstone door you can do is like the 2 pistons,
right,
and then a painting.
Yeah, but.
I don't even actually know if that works anymore.
I was just trying to get the door to close on its own. It's like you click the button, you walk in, the door closes on its own.
Yeah.
Right. And that's, I have like that's easy to do. That's not that hard. And so, but there were instances, and my friend, she's just dying of laughter. Yeah. She's just like watching me trying to figure this out because she's like, I thought I said we're going to do redstone. I'm like, I don't know Bedrock Redstone. Like, I don't know what this is. Like, I don't know if this isn't working. I'm like, so you know what? Forget it. From now on, whenever you open this door, just don't attack that redstone torch there. Otherwise, the door won't close. So it's like, we just like, I think we played on that server for like 3 weeks or something like that, and we just accepted it. Like, every time you walk in.
This is a redstone torch.
But it looked so cool when, like, you click the button and you walk, like, from another person's perspective. Yeah. On, like, the outside, they're like, yo, that's so top secret. Yeah. It's crazy stuff. Yeah. But yeah.
I love how people make vaults and stuff.
Have you seen Mumbo's door in Hermitcraft?
Yeah, yeah.
How, like, he, like, walks up, pushes the button, walks up to it, gets springed up, lands on a platform, then walks inside, and then as he's walking in, it'll close behind him.
It's so cool.
It's so over
honestly,
the top.
Like, it's so I wish I had these skills.
So over the top.
But you know, I have skill issues.
More
so
like time
I'll never
issues.
be like that.
More like time.
Yeah.
All right. We'll be right back after this short commercial break.
This podcast is brought to you in part by Two Latin Brothers Podcast. You thought there wouldn't be a commercial, but there is. So make sure to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. We'll see you guys right now.
And we're back. I love how we both just cut each other off on that.
Yeah.
I'm leaving that in like that.
Magnificent. Welcome back to the show.
Well, it's been like 4. No, I'm kidding. No, but yeah, what were we talking about? We're talking about Minecraft?
We're talking about Minecraft.
Talking about Minecraft and Redstone and stuff. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's too niche for certain people.
Yeah, I feel like we lost like majority of our audience. So let's talk about fashion. What's happening in the fashion?
I don't know, man. Do I look fashionable to you?
Yes, absolutely. Magnificent. I'm wearing all black right now. I'm like the most.
You're trying to be invisible.
I'm trying to be the Black Power Ranger.
I've always wanted to be the Black Power Ranger. I love that. The year our sister graduated high school. Yeah. People were like, you know how they go up and you thank, you know, your family, your friends, and most people thank God. Yeah. But there's a group of guys who are thanking a Power Ranger. This one guy was like, and when it started, this guy goes up and he goes, I'd like to thank my friends, my family, and the Red Power Ranger for getting me through these tough times. And then he like grabs his diploma and he walks across. And, you know, like,
well, no, wouldn't it be an award? Because you don't talk when you're walking.
Yeah. No, he grabs his diploma and he walks across the stage. And then, you know, because you walk across the stage.
You don't say thank you. You say thank you when you accept an award.
He didn't say thank you.
You just said thank you, my friends, my family.
Yeah, well, you know when you're walking up to, oh, you didn't do that. Okay, so when you go to your high school graduation, COVID kid doesn't know what it's like. You have to write it. Like, you get an option to write in like something to be said or to be read while you're walking across the stage.
Oh, okay.
So as you're walking across the stage, they're reading this out loud. They have someone reading this out loud. So he's like, as he's walking up, right? He's walking across the stage. He's like, you know, so and so would like to thank his family, his friends. Yeah. You know, thank God, and you know, the Red Power Ranger for getting him through these tough times.
Yeah.
So another bunch of people go, and then some guy goes, I'd like to thank the Blue Power Ranger for being in my corner. And then, you know, walks across. And then there's this one guy who goes, I'd like to thank the Green Ranger, the bad one, for teaching me how to stand up for myself.
Rebellion.
No, this one guy goes, I'd like to thank the Black Power Ranger for teaching me that no matter what, there's always a way. And then I'm like, it's just like, and this one guy like literally straight up went, I'd like to thank Tommy Oliver. And I was like,
for saving the world on multiple occasions while I was studying.
Yeah, like I found it so funny that was a thing. Yeah. And the year I graduated, the big debate was, is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yeah.
So people were just
like that's when I thought, because that's what I was using to recall whether or not it was for a diploma or an award.
Yeah. Well, because when I graduated, guys were like, and a hot dog is a sandwich, and then they'd be like, and a hot dog is not a sandwich.
Yeah.
And it was just like, because that was that debate started in like October of my grade 12th year.
Yeah.
And it just went on the entire year. Like
Yeah.
we never concluded whether or not a hot dog is a sandwich.
It's a taco.
You know, I can't. I'm not. You should. That should be blasphemy.
No. You gotta go with the 4-car box rule.
4-car box rule.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what, bro?
I
would
can go off.
I would tell you to explain it, but I'm gonna be honest with you.
We don't got that kind of time.
I just don't care. I just don't care.
Well, yeah, I'll send you a video.
Oh, great. There's a video about this.
It's only like 15, 20,
Oh,
half an hour.
I think that's worse. I think it's worse.
It's like a movie.
I think it's worse that there's a video about it.
No, I'm kidding. It's not that long. It's like a minute.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's been next year. It'll have been 10 years since I was in high school. Yeah. That's a crazy thought. Cause you know I miss high school.
I don't.
Here's why I miss it has nothing to do with it. You know what? Surprisingly enough,
I was at the high school we went to not that long ago. It was like what, 4 weeks ago?
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Not even 3 weeks ago.
No, it was 4 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago.
Yeah, right. Because that was the week we also did our thingy. Yeah. What was I gonna say? No. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't miss high school. Yeah. And this is gonna shock a lot of people, and a lot of people who watch this or listen to this and went to high school with me. I apologize. It's just the way it is. I don't miss the people that much. I miss the freedom of it all. Like, cause back. Let me finish. Let me explain. Let me explain. Let me give you context.
Well, to be fair, my school year was very interesting.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. Okay. And what I mean by freedom, I don't mean like, oh, we could do whatever we want. It was more like the freedom of responsibility. Okay. I didn't have as much responsibility or even accountability as I do nowadays. Yeah. Like back then, I woke up, I went to school, and if I handed in my assignment, it was because I felt like it. Like, you know, like it was, and no one cared. Like no one. I'm not even.
Doesn't sound really good.
No, I mean like in the sense of like.
I don't know if you're bashing your teacher.
I know. I'm being honest. Like I mean that no one cared. I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, it affected nothing whether or not I did it, because
it affected a lot of things.
Well, here's the thing. Ready? Yeah. Because like, and I've told. I don't know if I told the story on the podcast, but I've told the story to you. Yeah. Where I took a law class with a teacher that you had for communications. Yeah. Where I would sleep in the back of the class.
I don't think this is a good thing to be saying for future employers.
Let me finish. This is where it changes though, right? Yeah. Like I would sleep in the back. This is like law class, grade 11. I mean,
you were a hooligan.
Who could have said I was 16 years old. Okay, like what are you gonna do? Like,
well, actually, at that point, you're age of consent, so I guess you have that form of responsibility.
Okay.
So technically, one could say you're old enough to discern whether or not you were doing something wrong.
Okay. Anyway, getting to the point, I would sleep in the back of the class.
I just totally the feeling.
And my teacher would always, you know, he never called upon me, asked you questions, and then one day he's like, Adrian, you're gonna fail this class, because like I never paid attention to the class, and so I go, sir, it'll be fine, don't worry about it, and he goes, That's not how this works. Like, you need to like start paying attention in class, right? And then I remember our final thing, like our final assignment. Yeah. We did like a mock trial, and like he picked who would be like on jury duty, who would be the lawyers, and then he got me to be one of the lawyers. Mm-hmm. He's like, Adrian, you're gonna give the opening statement. And I go, and everybody turns and looks at him like the guy who slept in class. He probably doesn't even know what this case is about. To be honest with you,
what's the case?
I hadn't even read like what the briefing for the case was. Yeah. And I turn and look at a guy next to me, and I go, hey, what's this case about? And he goes, do you not know? He's like, we've been talking about it for like a week and a half now. And I go, you want to like slide me the paper? I don't even think I have one. Let me like just skim this real quick. It's like I skim it, and then I go, oh, that's all right. And then I remember he's like, I want you to write down like an opening statement beforehand. Like you can't just get up there and just not have anything.
So what you did was you just got up.
No, not have anything prepared. So he looked at it before I got up there.
Yeah.
And he goes, "This is all right." He's like, "It could be better." And I go, "Do you mind if I add to it while I'm up there?" And he goes, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, because like those are like the cliff notes, and like realistically, like I'm gonna get up there and just do something, something like that. Maybe like there may be stuff on that page that may be related, but if I get up there, like it could be something different, right?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "Okay, yeah, sure." So I get up there,
Yeah.
and no joke, bro. After that, he had so much respect for me. He's like, "You know what?" He's like, "You should be a lawyer." And I was like, "What?" He was like, "You should be a lawyer." He's like, I don't even know what I just." He's like, "That was like," he was like, "That was law school quality opening statement." And I was like, "Okay, great." And everybody in the room was just like, the guy who was sleeping in this class. Like, it's really funny because my friend from Japan, that year I got a yearbook because I was in yearbook class, so I got it for free, and he signed my yearbook. Don't know how you passed law if you were sleeping the whole time. And I was like, like it was the craziest thing too. And he was just, so many people after that had so much respect for me because like this guy who like never paid attention.
Clearly a genius.
Yeah.
Like he's like sleeping through this class because he knows the law.
Well, the thing is like it wasn't that I knew the law. It's just I had a fair understanding already about certain laws and certain rules. Not because I wanted to know them, just because I simply learned them out of
out of just reading.
Yeah, just
reading.
Yeah, just reading, really. Like
you read any crime book, you'll learn a bit.
Yeah, I mean, Canadian law is a little different sometimes when it comes to American law,
but it's basically the same circumstance.
Yeah, for sure. But it was very funny.
I'm not gonna say that. That changed my mind.
Yeah, but it was very interesting to see that play out.
Yeah,
and definitely, so like I mean, in those instances, right, where, in that situation, like some would say I was totally irresponsible.
Yeah.
For not
prepping for it.
Not paying attention in class, right?
Yeah.
But ultimately, at the end of the day,
yeah,
I passed that class with like an A-.
Yeah.
Like, so like, see, that's what I mean by like freedom of responsibility. Like, cause whether or not I was sleeping in that class or not, like it clearly affected nothing.
Yeah.
Like maybe I could have gone an A+, but what's that gonna affect? Like,
yeah.
Like in the grand scheme of things, it affects nobody.
As long as you do the minimum, though.
Right. Yeah. So that was the thing.
Yeah. And see, that's something that I've given people advice for.
Yeah.
Enjoy your time of freedom, grade 9 and grade 10.
Yeah.
Like, truly enjoy it during that time period.
Yeah.
But still learn at least
the bare minimum.
The minimum.
When you get to grade 11 and 12.
Minimum,
right?
so that when you grade to grade 11, you can start trying.
Yeah.
And
mind you, like the thing is like in math class, like I was awake.
Yeah.
Like during biology, physics, I was awake. Like.
Yeah.
And then I had that one class.
I mean, what helps is like having a good teacher, teach it.
Yeah. Well, the other thing too is like I had that class usually at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So like I was just like, after trying all day.
Yeah.
I was just like, I just need to like close my eyes for like a couple of minutes. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, it was just, it was kind of funny. But I definitely think that, actually there was a time where I used to think about how people, like, like when you think about your perception of yourself.
No.
Do you never think about how people perceive you?
No, I don't care. Because I'm amazing.
Okay, whoa. Get off your high horse. I know you have.
Okay.
Whoa. No, what I was trying to get at is this, okay? So, and this happened in New Year's. How I was the quiet kid in my college program.
Okay.
Like, I mean, I wasn't that quiet, but like I was pretty quiet. I didn't really interact with the masses. And then I remember one day, we ran into an
existential crisis.
An existential crisis. I ran into an existential. No, I ran
into an apocalypse. Okay, yeah, okay.
I ran into an old schoolmate of mine.
Yeah.
And he was like, he's like, I'm doing Uber Eats now, and whatever.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, that's interesting. And he goes, what are you doing? And I go, oh, like I'm working here and doing that,
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, that's cool. And then I go, but wait, weren't you in university? Weren't you gonna go to university? Like after we finished college, you was gonna go to university. He goes, yeah, man, it wasn't the same. Like the group wasn't the same anymore. He's like, I kind of lost touch with a lot of people. Yeah. And like it just wasn't the same vibe. And I go, okay. And I'm like, interesting. But he goes, but honestly, like, man, back then we were all following you. I go, excuse me? And he goes, dude, you were like the leader of the group. I go, I was the what?
You were the alpha of the pack.
I was like, what? I was so shocked. I was like, what are you saying? Yeah. He goes, dude, no one did anything if it wasn't for you. I go, what do you mean? He's like, yeah. He's like, we would like do group work and you would jump in and just like, you do this, you do that, you do that, I'll do this, and you do that. You're just like, like telling us all what to do, and we're like, okay, let's do it. Like, let's just get it done. Yeah. And I sat there, I was like, thinking about like, when did this happen? How did this happen? Yeah. And I'm like, I rarely ever said anything. He goes, I know. He's like, because you were always just paying attention to all of us. Yeah. And I was like, right, okay. And then,
so you're just a manipulator, is what you're saying?
No. Like I had no idea.
Very like.
No. I just.
I could flip it.
No. Okay, whoa, stop. Okay. I hadn't realized.
That's manipulation.
I had. Whoa, the plot thickens. No, I hadn't realized how much. Like how he and the rest of the people around me perceived me. Yeah. Like it was a big wake up call to me. Yeah. Because it was like, oh my, like all of you.
Yeah. If I ask my college friends what they think about me, they're like, you know how to make a decision. You look like you're tired all the time. I don't really know if you're passing this course, but you're always there, so I feel like you are.
No, but like, you get what I mean, right? Like it was very interesting to see that perception, right? Because like all of college, I was just like, you know, if I only really answered questions if I was called upon. Yeah. Like I never really put my hand up and was like, yeah, I have this opinion or that opinion on this. Like it was, unless it was like super controversial, then I'd voice my opinion.
Oh yeah, if it's controversial.
Because if it's controversial,
I love getting into controversies because I can either expose your stupid. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. No, because it's a moment of educating. Right. And maybe I can learn something too. Yeah. You know? So, like, both parties benefit. Yeah. I hear an argument from someone else that maybe I haven't heard before. Right. They hear an argument that maybe they haven't heard before. At the end of the day, that sticks with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, like, that one guy once said this. Yeah. But, yeah, so those are the instances where, like, you know, sometimes I'd comment. Like, it was super controversial. Uh-huh. Sometimes I would give, like, the most controversial opinion there was. Yeah. Just to see, like, how the room would stir up. Like this one time we were talking about, you know what? I don't want it to get too controversial on this podcast.
All right, let's go. No, I'm kidding.
No, it's like, I'm thinking about, I'm like, this is a comedy podcast.
This is a comedy podcast where we talk about racism. No, Whoa. It's comedy. Relax. Laugh.
Whoa.
I mean, don't laugh at racism, but like racism.
Whoa. You should not be laughing.
No, but like it's comedy, you know what I mean? So like, I was about to throw in something else, but it's fine.
This is what I'm saying. Like
I was about to throw in feminism, but let's not touch that one. People get
offended. That one's like, that's too controversial.
I mean, this is Canada. We're like the most like multicultural, like humans in this planet. Yeah. Like, if you're racist and you live in Canada, it's hard. It must be hard being a racist person in Canada. Could you imagine waking up every morning and being like, oh, the mailman? Like, how much self-loathing can you have?
The mailman, day. The guy at my Timmy's.
Yeah. Like, you go pick up your coffee at Tim Hortons. Yeah. Like, half the people are immigrants. Let's be real here. Like, all the fast food jobs are starting jobs, which are really good, actually. Mm-hmm. It helps our economy. Anyways.
It also helps, like, the newcomers learn English.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So, like, as soon as you go to the Timmy's, you're like, okay, this is where the tax dollars are going. You know, support these people, get them resumes, you know, send them out and work here. Yeah. You know? So, like, if you're racist, you just don't eat. You go to Costco, guess who the cashier is going to be?
The guy walking the line helping out people.
Yeah, I know.
Like it's honestly kind of crazy when you think about it. I don't know. It's very I was gonna say challenging, but
challenging to be racist.
No, but there still are.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I mean, they're definitely the outliers in our society.
I'd call it stereotyping.
Yeah, I mean,
it's more stereotyping then I mean, I guess you're classifying stereotype amongst race, so I guess it's a form of racism. It's like
yeah, but I mean,
it's like
the sense like okay, you know how like
microaggression.
no, you know how in America they have like a racism issue.
Huh? Wait,
You
what?
know how in America they have a racism issue.
How?
They have a racism.
I never knew this. Why did nobody tell? Of course. What?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, so you know how? Okay, so Canada had in the past.
Oh yeah,
like definitely like
we had our own protests.
Maybe like early 2000s, I'd say, where it was like before you were maybe in the 90s actually.
Yeah.
When a lot of immigrants started coming into Canada, there was a lot of issues that arose. But
wow.
I think nowadays
that sounded PR trained. I'm not gonna lie. Issues.
Okay, I've never had PR training. No, sure. But what I'm trying to get at is the fact that we definitely had instances of racism.
Yeah.
But now, in our modern society, if you run into a racist, and they say it to your face,
canceled.
It's not even dude. Everybody backs you up. Like there is no everybody stands with you.
Yeah.
Like I remember, I will never forget this lady. I think I've told this story before.
You have, I think.
I probably have on. I think I have on.
Yeah, I love how we said don't talk about racism, and now we're full throttle.
Full throttle.
Full throttle. Let's talk about this, Karen. All right, go.
No, anyway, it's just I was getting on a public transportation bus.
Public transportation.
And the driver was
for the public. Right?
Was obviously some white old guy, and he goes, I mean, it's the common. Sorry. I'm getting on, and he goes, "What are you doing?" And I go, "What?" And he basically was telling me to get out through the back door.
Yeah.
And I go, "What are you talking about? Like, I can get on from any door."
Yeah.
And then this old African Canadian lady goes, "Sweetie, get on. He's just being a racist."
Ooh.
It's like straight to his face, and he goes, "Excuse me?" And she goes, "You're being a racist because you let a white guy get on before him, and you said nothing to him. And as soon as he stepped onto the bus, you gave him attitude."
Yeah.
And the guy goes, you don't know. He's like, "What's your name? I'm going to report you."
Yeah.
And then so I'm standing there, like, at the entrance of the bus, right? And this guy's, like, turned around looking at this old lady. And, like, out of nowhere, this white guy walks over.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Dude, just get on the bus. Like, screw this guy." And that was, like, when his own race defended me. Yeah, I was just like, and then the old lady goes, "So you just come sit here. Just come sit."
Yeah.
Like, it's fine. Ignore him. He's not important. He's going to get us where we need to go, and he's just irrelevant. I was like, you know what? Like, it's
and
like,
you're just like, I'm just
trying to go to school. Like, I didn't ask for this. Like, it's probably the only time I've ever experienced something like that.
Yeah.
Where someone has said something like that to my face.
Yeah.
And also being told that the guy was being racist towards me.
Yeah.
Not by me, but by someone else.
Yeah,
like, someone else saw it and was like, "Oh, that guy's just being racist towards that guy."
Yeah. I mean, he was clearly profiling you.
Yeah, but it was interesting.
Mean, like, even then, like just thinking about it logically.
Yeah.
If he was profiling you, which it sounds like he was.
Yeah.
Why would he send you to the back when there's a higher chance of you just not paying for the bus?
Right. Like, none of this made sense. So, but here we are.
Like, what is this?
I don't know, man.
My guy can't even do racism right.
Like, it made no sense. But I mean, like, it's just I just accepted it. You know, like I sat down, and then the old lady was like, she's like, "It's okay, don't worry. This used to happen all the time." And I go, "This is not okay. This should never happen."
Yeah, it's not okay.
This is not okay. This is why I live in Canada. Like, to get away from this. It was kind of funny how I'll never forget this one guy, this American born from, like, Missouri, was claiming to be a refugee from America. When I was working at the immigration office.
I mean, he can claim asylum.
Okay, so he was claiming to be a refugee from America. And we're like, "Okay, are you an immigrant to the U.S.?
Yeah.
He goes, "No, I was born there."
Okay.
And we go, "Oh, okay, so why are you coming here?" And he goes, "Because I'm trying to get away from America." And we go,
"Okay.
Okay, but, like,
is your life in danger?"
And he goes, "No, I live out in the countryside. I'm perfectly fine." And we're like, who let you through the border? Like who did this? We were so confused. And then I remember my boss, she looks at me and she goes, I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do for you. Yeah. Maybe try and contact like border security. Maybe they can help you.
What I would do is contact your embassy.
Like we don't even like we didn't even know what to do with him. Like just like that scenario had never like my boss. Like if you're okay, bro. My boss at the time. Yeah. He's like, I've been doing this for like 25 years. Yeah. And not once have I had someone from a first world country come in here claiming to be a refugee. Like I've never heard of that before. Like I've heard of wanted spoon-fed stuff. Yeah, he's like, I've had people come in who are like, I'm coming from Germany. Yeah. But like I'm from Africa. Yeah. You know, like they rejected me, so I came here. Yeah. You know, like, but he's like, but I never once has someone been like, yeah, I was born there. And I want out. Like this, it's not a reason. It's not
just want gun regulation. Is that what you want?
Like it was just like it was just so confused. We were all so confused. Yeah. And then I look at
if he would have said I'm in danger.
Right.
Like if I go back home.
Right. But here's the thing. You also have to prove that you're in danger if you go back.
Exactly.
So like even if he lied about it.
Even then, just move to a different state.
So we look it up, right? Yeah. And then my boss goes, yeah, they're just gonna like once his time's up, they're just gonna arrest him and ship him back. Like there's nothing. There's nothing stopping us from shit. Like literally, there's nothing stopping us from just sending him back to America. Yep. And I was like, all right. Yeah. I mean, I tried.
I mean, like, well, we'll see what we can do, but I'm pretty sure there's nothing. Yeah. I mean, you're safe. Yeah. Everyone else safe.
Yeah.
Get a work visa. Maybe.
It's also like people who come here and have been here for a very long time. Yeah. And then they say that their birth certificate is wrong. Yeah. And they go, "Oh no, I was born this year or whatever." And then I remember once my boss, she's like, he's lying, and I go, "What?" She goes, he got here when he was 14 years old." And I go, "And?" I'm like, "How do you know he's lying?" She's like, "You think an 18-year-old would have waited a full 2 years before drinking to legally drink in this country?" And I go, "Wait a minute." Because that's right. I'm like, because he was claiming to be 2 years older than he was. Yeah. In other words, when he was legally 16 in Canada, he would have been 18. Yeah. And in Quebec, you can drink at 18. So she goes, "You think an 18-year-old would have waited 2 years to drink?" Yeah. And I go, "Also to drive, you think a 16-year-old would have waited 2 years, right?" And I go, so I'm just like sitting there like, wait a sec, that sounds very fishy. Right? She's like, he would have had it fixed so fast. Yep. She's like, nothing would have stopped him. And I go, yep. That's a crazy thought. I had never once crossed my mind. Yeah. And she goes, he's lying. He's just trying to retire faster, so he can start claiming pension and stop working. Yeah. And she goes, "Tell him to get out." And I go, just like that. She's like, "Tom, unfortunately, we can't help you. Tell him to leave." And I go, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, it's money fraud.
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy, and the amount of people who try that, bro. Yeah, is it's crazy. Yeah, it's absurd. And the problem is that there have been instances where people have come in, and they come in with official documentation from their country stating that like it was marked wrong in Canada when they got here. And like in that instance we go, "Oh, okay, like we call the embassy, verify." Yeah. That's like a legit claim. Yeah. But then there are those people coming with they don't even come in with like
they come in with the word of mouth.
They don't even come in with like their landing document that they came to get. Like I don't even know if you're actually a refugee.
It's just like, "Hi, I'm Juan."
Like it's crazy.
I am 7 years old. My mother left me on plane. I got here.
Like it's honestly crazy stuff. Like crazy stuff. All right, bro. I think we've overtalked. We've overstayed our welcome.
I feel like we should flip the story. You know what I mean? Put the second part in the first part in the because like it's actually entertaining, and then like, you know what I mean? So the video will start and we're back just to confuse everybody. Can we do that? I feel like that'd be kind of funny.
No.
But like if you listen to this part, like you'd know. But like technically the wrap up would be in the middle of the episode, so it's like now it just end abruptly. My abrupt
Can you wrap up, bro?
my gosh.
I need you to wrap
guys,
up.
This has been the Two Latin Brothers podcast. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure you leave a comment down below if you haven't already. Let us know what you want us to talk about or want us to do. You know, we need vlog ideas, so you know, shoot us a text, or you're more likely to reach us if you DM us. You know, at Two Latin Brothers podcast
On
Instagram. So you know, make sure you share with everybody. Share with your dog. Share with your rooster. Share with your chinchilla. Share with your koala. I don't care who you share with. Share with everybody and everything. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Bye.